Edirne, historically known as Adrianople, is a city in the northwestern Turkish province of Edirne, in the region of East Thrace, close to Turkey's borders with Greece and Bulgaria. Edirne served as the third capital city of the Ottoman Empire from 1363 to 1453, before Constantinople became the empire's fourth and final capital. At present, Edirne is the capital of Edirne Province in Turkish Thrace. The city's estimated population in 2014 was 165,979. Etymology: the city was founded as Adrianopolis, named for the Roman Emperor Hadrian. This name is still used in the modern Greek. The name Adrianople was used in English until the Turkish adoption of Latin alphabet in 1928 made Edirne the internationally recognized name. The Turkish Edirne, Bulgarian, Albanian Edirne, Macedonian, and Serbian Jedrine are adapted forms of the name Adrianopolis, or of its Turkish version. See also its other names. History: the area around Edirne has been the site of no fewer than 16 major battles or sieges from the days of the ancient Greeks. Military historian John Keegan identifies it as the most contested spot on the globe and attributes this to its geographical location. Antiquity: according to Greek mythology, Orestes, son of King Agamemnon, built this city as Orestes, at the confluence of the Tonsis and the Ardiscus with the Hebrus. The city was founded eponymously by the Roman Emperor Hadrian on the site of a previous Thracian settlement known as Uscadama, Uskudama or Uskodama or Uskadama. It was the capital of the Bessi, or of the Odrysians. Hadrian developed it, adorned it with monuments, changed its name to Adrianopolis after himself, and made it the capital of the Roman province of Thrace. Licinius was defeated by Constantine I in 323, and Emperor Valens was killed by the Goths in 378 during the Battle of Adrianople. Medieval period: in 813, the city was seized by Khan Krum of Bulgaria, who moved its inhabitants to the Bulgarian lands towards the north of the Danube. During the existence of the Latin Empire of Constantinople, the Crusaders were decisively defeated by the Bulgarian Emperor Kaloyan in the Battle of Adrianople. Later Theodore Komnenos, despot of Epirus, took possession of it in 1227, but 3 years later was defeated at Glekotnitsa by Asen, emperor of the Bulgarians. In 1362, the city was conquered by the Ottoman Sultan Murad I. He renamed it Edirne and made it his new capital in 1363. The city remained the Ottoman capital for 90 years until 1453, when Mehmed II moved the capital to Constantinople. Edirne is famed for its many mosques, domes, minarets, and palaces from the Ottoman period. Modern period: under Ottoman rule, Edirne was the principal city of the administrative unit, the eponymous Ayale of Edirne, and after land reforms in 1867, the Vilayet of Edirne. Sultan Mehmed II, the conqueror of Constantinople, was born in Edirne. It was here that he fell under the influence of some Harifis dismissed by Tazkoprasad in the Sakiki Numaniya as certain accursed ones of no significance, who were burnt as heretics by a certain Mahmud Pasha. Sultan Mehmed IV left the palace in Constantinople and died in Edirne in 1693. During his exile in the Ottoman Empire, the Swedish King Charles XII stayed in the city during most of 1713. Buhaila, the founder of the Baha'i faith, lived in Edirne from 1863 to 1868. He was exiled by the Ottoman Empire before being banished further to the Ottoman penal colony in Akka. He referred to Edirne in his writings as the land of mystery. Edirne was of Sanjak center during the Ottoman period and was bound to, successively, the Romeli Ayale and Silistrana Ayale before becoming a provincial capital of the Ayale of Edirne at the beginning of the 19th century, until 1878. The Ayale of Edirne comprised the Sanjaks of Edirne, Tekfurdaji, Gelibolu, Filobi, and Islimi. Edirne was briefly occupied by Imperial Russian troops in 1829 during the Greek War of Independence and in 1878 during the Russo-Turkish War of 1877 to 1878. The city suffered a fire in 1905. In 1905 it had about 80,000 inhabitants, of whom 30,000 were Turks, 22,000 Greeks, 10,000 Bulgarians, 4,000 Armenians, 12,000 Jews, and 2,000 more citizens of non-classifiable, ethnic, religious backgrounds. Edirne was a vital fortress defending Ottoman Constantinople and Eastern Thrace during the Balkan Wars of 1912–13. It was briefly occupied by the Bulgarians in 1913. Following the siege of Adrianople, the great powers Britain, Italy, France, and Russia forced the Ottoman Empire to cede Edirne to Bulgaria at the end of First Balkan War, which created a political scandal in the Ottoman government in Istanbul, leading to the 1913 Ottoman coup d'etat. Although it was victorious in the coup, the Committee of Union and Progress was unable to keep Edirne, but under Enver Pasha, it retook it from the Bulgarians soon after the Second Balkan War began. It was occupied by the Greeks between the Treaty of Chevreuse in 1920 and the defeat at the end of the Greco-Turkish War, also known as the Western Front of the larger Turkish War of Independence, in 1922. According to the 2007 census, Edirne Province had a population of 382,222 inhabitants. The city is a thriving center of commerce for woven textiles, silks, carpets and agricultural products. Ecclesiastical history. Adrianople was made the seat of a Greek metropolitan and of a Gregorian Armenian bishop. Adrianople is also the center of a Bulgarian diocese, but not recognized and deprived of a bishop. The city also had some Protestants. The Latin Catholics, foreigners for the most part and not numerous, were dependent on the Vicariate Apostolic of Constantinople. At Adrianople itself were the parish of St. Anthony of Padua and a school for girls conducted by the Sisters of Charity of Agram. In the suburb of Karagak were a church, a school for boys and a school for girls. Each of its mission stations at Tekirdağ and Alexandroupoli had a school, and there was one at Gallipoli. Around 1850, from the standpoint of the Oriental Catholics, Adrianople was the residence of a Bulgarian vicar apostolic for the 4,600 units of the Ottoman Vilayet of Thrace, and after 1878 of the Principality of Bulgaria. They had 18 parishes and missions, 6 of which were in the Principality, with 20 churches and chapels, 31 priests, of whom 6 were Assumptionists and 6 were Resurrectionists, 11 schools with 670 pupils. In Adrianople itself were only a very few united Bulgarians, with an Episcopal Church of St. Elias, and the churches of St. Demetrius and Sds. Cyril and Methodius. The last is served by the Resurrectionists, who have also a college of 90 pupils. In the suburb of Karagak, the Assumptionists have a parish and a seminary with 50 pupils. Besides the Uniate Bulgarians, the above statistics included the Greek Catholic missions of Malgara and Audili, with 4 priests and 200 faithful. because from the civil point of view belonged to the Bulgarian Vicariate. Later, however, the Roman Catholic diocese was discontinued, and exists only in name as a titular metropolitan archbishopric, under the full name Adrianopolis in Hemimonto, to distinguish it from several other titular sees named Adrianopolis. Climate. Edirne has a humid subtropical climate with long, hot summers and cold and occasionally snowy winters. Points of interest. Situated 7 kilometers near to the Greek and 20 kilometers to the Bulgarian border, Edirne is famed for its many mosques, domes and minarets. The Selimiye Mosque, built in 1575 and designed by Turkey's greatest master architect, Mimar Sinan, is one of the most important monuments in the city. It has the highest minarets in Turkey, at 70.90 meters, and a cupola 3 or 4 feet higher than that of Hagia Sophia, the Byzantine Orthodox Cathedral in Istanbul, carrying the name of the then reigning Ottoman Sultan Selim II. This mosque features Turkish marble handicrafts, and it is covered with valuable tiles and fine paintings. Another notable mosques are Eski Cami and Burmali Cami, aka UC Serafeli Mosque. Edirne has 3 historic covered bazaars, Ararasta next to Selimiye Mosque, Badesen next to Eski Cami, and Ali Pasakasi. Besides the mosques, there are visitor attractions in Edirne, all reflecting its rich past. The most prominent place being the Edirne Palace in Sarayici Quarter, built during the reign of Murat II. Although the buildings of the palace and its bath are in ruined form, the palace gate and the palace kitchen facility are restored. The Kasr-i-Adale, built as part of the palace complex, stands intact next to the small Fatih Bridge over the Tunka River. Another notable building in the area is the Trakya University's Beyza Tukale Health Museum, an important monument with its complex construction, comprising many facilities used in those times. The Balkan Wars Memorial Cemetery is located close to the Edirne Palace, with an unknown soldier monument featuring an Ottoman soldier in front of its entrance. The historic Grand Synagogue of Edirne, abandoned and ruined, was restored and reopened in March 2015. A Roman Catholic and 2 Bulgarian Orthodox churches are found in the city. Edirne has several historic arch bridges crossing over the rivers Merik and Tundra, which flow around west and south of the city. There are caravansaries, like the Rustam Pasha and Ekmekşioğlu Ahmet Pasha caravansaries, which were designed to host travelers. In the 16th century, the historic Karagak railway station hosts today, after redevelopment, the Trakya University's Faculty of Fine Arts in Karagak suburb of Edirne. Next to it, the Treaty of Lausanne Monument and Museum are situated. Culture. Edirne is home to the traditional oil wrestling tournament called Kirkpina, held every year in June. It is considered to be the oldest active sport organization after the Olympic Games that were refounded only after centuries of inactivity. Another international festival in Edirne is Karkava, a celebration of Roma people held on May 5 each year. A cultural partnership with Lörrach in Germany has been started in 2006. The goal is to exchange pupils and students to improve their cultural skills and understanding. Edirne is well known for the local dish Sigitava, served often with kasik, diluted yogurt with chopped cucumber. Handmade broom with mirror is one of the cultural images of the city. In old times, every bride brought a broom with mirror to her new home, so it was an important part of the weddings. It is possible to see many small handmade brooms with mirror in souvenir shops. Economy. Edirne's economy largely depends on agriculture. 73% of the working population work in agriculture, fishing, forests, hunting. There are lots of things that are cultivated here. Its lowlands are productive. The field crop cultivation has developed so much here. Corn, sugar beet and sunflower are the first. Melon, watermelon and viniculture are advanced. For the last decade, the agricultural products have doubled. Corn, rice, sunflower, sugar beet, tomato, eggplant, melon, watermelon, grape are cultivated so much. The through highway with an important role in global transport that connects Europe to Middle East and Anatolian to Istanbul passes through Edirne. Also, the existence of many historical and natural touristic places and events lead the fact that tourism has become a leading component of the economic growth of the city in recent years. Industry has also been developing. Agriculture-based industries are especially important for the city's economy. Education. Universities: Craiu University, Trakya University, which is linked with Lower Iraq University through the Erasmus program of the EU. High schools: Beykent Educational Institutions. 80th year of Republic Anatolian High School. Edirne Anatolian Teacher Training High School. Edirne Anatolian Technical High School. Edirne Beykent High School of Science. Edirne Beykent High School of Anatolian. Edirne High School. Edirne Ilhami Ertem High School. Edirne Industrial Vocational High School. Edirne Milipi Yango Trade Profession High School. Edirne Suleiman Demirel Science and Amp Maths High School. Edirne Yildirim Anatolian High School. Edirne Fine Arts High School. Quarters. Twin Cities. Notable people: Sultans Bayezid, Ottoman Sultan from 1389 to 1402. Mahmud I, Ottoman Sultan from 1730 to 1754. Mehmed the Conqueror, Ottoman Sultan who conquered Constantinople. Mustafa II, Ottoman Sultan from 1695 to 1703. Osman III, Ottoman Sultan from 1754 to 1757. Historical: Caleb Afendopoulos, Jewish polyhistor. Athanasius I of Constantinople, Ecumenical Patriarch of Constantinople. Hagop Baronian, Ottoman Armenian writer, satirist, educator. Elijah Bashazi, Karaite Jewish Hakam. Theodore Branas, Byzantine general. Nikephoros Braianios, Byzantine general. Abraham ben Raphael Caro, 18th century Ottoman rabbis. Dionysius V of Constantinople, Ecumenical Patriarch of Constantinople. Joseph Halevi, Ottoman-born Jewish French Orientalist and traveler. Abdul Chalilovni, Ottoman court painter and miniaturist. Nezati, pen name of an Ottoman poet. Georgi Valkovich, Bulgarian physician, diplomat and politician. Yarmasek Mehmed Çelebi, Ottoman statesman and ambassador. Contemporary Sem Adrian, Turkish singer-songwriter, author, producer and film director. Savket Şuraya Aydemir, Turkish writer, intellectual, economist, historian. Namık Haluk Baskınçı, Turkish architect, engineer and musician. Özkan Buz, Turkish journalist and publicist. Atli Kanal, Turkish football coach. Kavit Erdal, Ottoman army officer and Turkish army general. Husrev Cerid, Ottoman and Turkish army officer, politician and diplomat. Recep Gurmaspala, 11th Chief of the General Staff of the Turkish Armed Forces. Acun İlacali, Turkish television personality and producer. Orzum Iskan, Turkish high school teacher, province governor and the first elected mayor of Istanbul. Kemal Karankız, Turkish ultra-nationalist lawyer. Özlem Kolut, Turkish classical clarinet player. Michael Petkov, Bulgarian Eastern Catholic priest. Muharrem Korhanyamik, Paralympics, world and European champion disabled sport shooter. Nikos Zagriadis, General Secretary of the Communist Party of Greece. Gallery.